There you go. Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by David Metz, the founder and CEO of Prizeout. We're going to chat to him today, get to know a little bit about him and his company, and hopefully have a lovely night, a lovely time. Thank you so much for your time, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Good, good, great. So, what is Prizeout?
We are an ad tech company that takes advantage of fintech behavior. We work in a ton of industries. Our
Okay.
biggest industry right now is financial institutions.
Uh
So
huh.
essentially, we integrate with their online banking and
Hmm.
we live as a widget on their online banking. So whenever their customers or members log on to their online banking, they can click on Prize Out and they're going to be shown an array of gift cards. And why they care so much about the gift cards is because our merchants give bonus value. So if you buy I don't know, $100 Nike gift card, and they're giving a 5% bonus, you would essentially make $5 off of that purchase. So
Okay.
basically, you're getting paid to do shopping that you would have done anyways.
Okay.
And especially in this environment, it's really impactful for users to get that additional money into their pockets.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So, how does it work? Are you guys like, yeah, go, can you walk me through the process? How does it work? I'm trying to understand. Sorry.
Yeah. So because we integrate with financial institutions,
Yeah.
um, with user consent, we get access to user transaction history. So
Okay.
we know that Izzy loves Lululemon, right? So we're going to make sure we're going to show high end athletic apparel. So it's going to be Lululemon or Athletica
Yeah.
or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's offers completely curated to what you like and your purchase history,
Okay.
and then you're just getting that additional bonus value. And the reason we're
Mhm.
able to give such big bonuses is because at our core, we're an ad tech company.
Mhm.
So when Izzy logs on and she clicks on Prize Out, theoretically, Athletica and Lululemon would engage in a real time auction. We say, here's Izzy from X age, from X geographical area. Who wants
Mhm.
them as a customer? And
Yeah.
Athletica would say, I do. I want to give Izzy an 8% bonus.
Yeah.
Lululemon says, no, no, no. I want her even more. I'll give her 10% bonus, right? So the
Okay.
merchants are basically fighting over you, but
Uh-huh.
instead of paying Facebook and Google money for impressions and clicks, they're actually paying you, the customer, right? So they're trying to entice you to use their product by giving you a big bonus on your purchase, right? Which we believe
Mm.
is much more effective way to get customers to try you than it is through clever Instagram or Facebook ads or et cetera.
Amazing. Amazing. I think you had everybody at taking advantage, and then on top of that the bonus commission. So I'm happy. It's a pretty simple thing to sell.
100%.
So tell me, David, what is your story? Why did you start and how did you start Prize Out?
Yeah, it's very interesting. A previous company I had before Prize Out was called Fleetwit, and Fleetwit was basically a trivia app. And in this trivia app, you could challenge friends or strangers in various trivia categories.
Okay.
Izzy, I know more than you than European geography. No way, David. We each would bet $5 and we
Mhm.
would each answer the same five questions, but whoever answered it the most accurately and the quickest would win the money. So I needed a way for people to withdraw money that they won. So I started offering digital gift cards and they seemed to really like it. So I was like, cool.
Okay.
Then on the other side, I was spending all this money on Facebook and Google
Yeah.
trying to acquire customers. But at the
Yeah.
same time, every time someone withdrew their money to a digital gift card, that brand was basically acquiring a customer. The same thing I was paying Facebook and Google to do. So I was like, wait a second, I'm doing the
Yeah.
same thing, except I'm not being paid for it.
Yeah.
So I reached out to the brands. I said, would you pay to have your digital gift card as a withdrawal option? And they said yes. So I was like, this could be a huge business. So I went to my board and I said, don't kill me. We're going from trivia to ad tech. And
Yeah.
they said, we love it. And that was about 4.5 years ago. And it's kind of been a rocket ship ever since.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you guys are in the business you've started, you've launched and everything's moving.
Yeah. I know 4.5 years ago from today, the environment's changed a lot, right?
Yeah.
4.5 years ago, startups were bustling, money was flowing. In the
Yeah.
last year and a half, a lot of things have changed, right? Interest rates have gone up, venture capital has pulled back. So we're pretty fortunate to be thriving as a company in this environment, because we know it's become a lot more difficult. So we're thankful for our partners, our investors, and our employees. We feel like we're pretty fortunate.
Yeah, amazing. So what's the long-term goal for Prize Out? What's your vision?
I think it's continue to keep partnering with financial institutions.
Mm,
When we started this company, obviously we want to make money, but
yeah.
what we've created something is the ability for everyday people to get paid for purchases they would have normally done anyway. So it's actually
Mhm.
become bigger, right? In this economic environment, to get money wherever you can is a big deal right now because there are
Yeah.
people struggling, right? So
Mhm.
we've kind of democratized ad tech. We've said to merchants, stop spending that money with Facebook and Google. Do it through
Yeah.
Prizeout. You're going to get customers more effectively, and you're going to
Mhm.
be able to help them in the meantime.
Yeah.
So, our mission has become just bigger than just making money. So really, it's just continue to get the word out, keep partnering with financial institutions, and keep
Yeah.
helping everyday people by putting money back in their pockets.
So cool. Okay, awesome. Side question, probably shouldn't ask, but is
Yep.
Fleetwood still running? Can I still, bet people that I need?
No, you know what? I can only devote myself. I've got 3 kids. I joke. I have a daughter, a son, and I have Prize Out. I can, one more kid Fleetwood is just too many. So we closed it down and we pivoted here. But I love trivia, so I miss it. But I'm also loving what we're doing here at Prize Out as well.
Yeah. Amazing, cool. I also am a huge trivia fan, and I'd trump all my friends,
Oh,
so I know I would make a good buck with that.
we'll have to get a pub trivia team together at some point.
Yes, I'd love that. Cool. So, what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing at Prize Out at the moment?
I think it's handling the scale.
Mhm.
Every time we add a new partner, in this case, a financial institution, we're instantly exposed, in some cases, to millions of new users, right? So it's just
Yeah.
keeping up with that volume.
Mhm.
And that's expanding the team, that's expanding our technology. So it's really
Mhm.
just keeping up with the scale and making sure the quality of business and attention that we're doing to each partner um, keeps consistent, even though we're getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah.
Because as you grow as a company, you don't want to lose that personal touch, right?
Mm.
So it's important for us to keep that, and that's keep bringing on people that buy into our culture and into our mission as we
Yeah.
scale as a company.
Amazing. Yeah. I love that you said you don't want to lose the personal side of it because I feel like that's what attracts me to startups. Like I work in startups and, I interview startups all day. So like I love startups because it's like you don't have that disconnect. Like when am I ever going to bump into, Jeff Bezos or Mark, Zuckerberg? But like I could bump
Yeah.
into you. And like, I
Yes.
can have a conversation with you and you kind of live the same life that I'm living. So you'll understand my struggles and stuff. And I feel like people, the bigger you get, it's harder to keep that. So I'm glad that you're kind of keeping that in the center of like we want to keep it personal, and I like that. That's cool.
100%. Those random moments you're on an elevator with somebody and you're like, "What are you doing this weekend?" They're like, "I'm doing this." You're like, "Oh, really? I love that too." Right? Like
Yeah,
that you can't create that. That happens organically, right? And that
yeah,
happens in smaller companies, right? And
yeah,
and for me, that's part of the journey, right? It's,
yeah,
that's what makes part of a startup and being part of something like this so precious and so valuable, right? So
yeah,
I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose who we are.
yeah,
But there are struggles as you scale as a company. So we're doing
yeah,
our best to keep that.
yeah. Cool. And it's not all bad scaling. I mean, if you do get to the point where you're Jeff Bezos, I'm sure he's not, that sad. It's better to cry in a yacht than it is to cry in the back of like
Yes,
you gotta
100%. Yes. Yep. Surrounded by 12 security guards. And yeah,
like the tears aren't so bad.
yes, 100%. But you know what? It's interesting. I have a lot of investors that have sold companies, and every so often you get to sit down, whether it's over a beer or a cup of coffee, and they tell you after they sold their company and they buy their houses and stuff like that,
Yeah.
almost all of them have this void, right? And what they really miss
Mm,
wasn't the big exit and getting that money. It was building something together with a team, right? And
Yeah.
you can't fill that, no matter buying whatever you want, or houses
Yeah.
or trips or things like that. You can't replicate that, right? Like
Yeah.
having a mission with people and achieving a goal with people, right? That's really
Mhm.
special, right?
Yeah.
So it causes me to always kind of take a step back and appreciate the ride and the moment, right? So that's really
Yeah.
important as founders that we do that, because it will end eventually one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
But enjoy it while you have it. And right now, I'm really thankful for the team and the opportunities that we have.
Amazing. Okay, cool. So what are some of oh sorry, what sort of assistance would you need from, our community of hustlers?
We're always hiring, definitely looking on the marketing side right now, account management,
Mhm.
but just hearing from people, right? Whether they've tried the product, whether they have ideas. You can email
Yeah.
me at david@prizeout. Anyone listening to this, always happy to answer questions or interested in being a part of Prizeout, please reach out.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you mentioned marketing and what was it?
Account
Marketing
management.
and account management. Great. So with
Yep.
marketing, are there any sort of specific strategies that you guys use? Like, are you more into the social media side, or are you like SEO based? Like,
Yeah, I would say all the above. We have a
yeah.
unique situation where we white label our product with a lot of our partners. So
Okay.
we're marketing with them and through them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of partners with a lot of different user bases. So it's not
Yeah.
just one message. You're curating it to each different partner.
Yeah.
But we're a startup, and I would always take young, hungry people with high ceilings
Mm,
than necessarily expertise, right? You can
yeah.
always teach people things, right? You can't
Yeah.
teach hustle. You can't teach character
Yeah.
and integrity and things like that. So we
So
very
true.
much love startup people.
Yeah. Amazing. And I did have a look at your site. Do you guys have an app? You did say.
We don't. In order to use Prizeout, you have to go through one of our partners.
Yeah.
So whether that's one of our financial institutions, and we have hundreds of partners, I'm happy to send you a list that you can post with this as well.
Okay, great, great, cool. So, yeah, so I was going to ask in the sort of integration, like, do you integrate with your financial partners, or do you just
We do.
okay, okay, all right,
Yep.
cool. So then, is there anything that you would be looking for in terms of like the tech side, like in terms of integration, or maybe your sites or anything like that?
I think there we're pretty good. Um,
Hmm.
our tech team is one of our superpowers. Um, so we're pretty good there, and we have from a scaling standpoint in a good spot. But in
Yeah.
6 months to a year, who knows?
It could be different. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time, David. It's been a pleasure chatting to you and getting to know you and Prize Out. Yeah, and we'll definitely be connecting again soon.
Sounds great. I appreciate your time. Izzy. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. You too.
Bye.